Yeah. Hi. I think I'm live. Wow. That screen's far away. I've got a different camera I'm using tonight, so hopefully everybody can hear me. A little different view. Hopefully everybody can see me fine, which I'm sure you can because I can see myself on both screens. But I'm using a lavalier mic tonight instead of the standard one. And yeah, that's going to be scary for you guys to see me zoom in like that. But hey, what the heck? Welcome to Do It 3D Sunday night. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there that may be watching. To all of you who have mothers. If you don't have a mother, I'm really sorry. My mother has passed away, but I always wish her happy Mother's Day every Mother's Day as well. But anyways, it's a day to celebrate moms. And it's for those of you that are here watching me, thank you for being here. Yeah, I'm kind of not regretting, but I'm discovering as I was setting up for tonight's stream, which sounds simple enough, setting up Octoprint on the Kywoo Tycoon 3D printer. But as I was setting up, I'm going to sneeze. I have this need to sneeze right now, so I'm going to look into a bright light. Ooh, I hate live. Excuse me. Woo. Welcome to live streaming. You can't control those things. Anyways, I'll look at the chat in a minute. It's just to the right of me here. This is different because I got a little pop-up screen on the back of this camera that I'm looking in right here. And it probably almost makes it look like I'm looking at you right in the eye. But actually, it's just making sure that I'm in the frame. But I realized as I was setting up for tonight's stream that sometimes some things you're going to stream about, I was panicking where to put the cameras. I was, is this going to be right? Is that going to be right? Are you guys going to be able to see everything? And I realized it is not easy doing this as a one-man show, especially tonight because there's going to be interaction with me putting a few things in the machine, putting a couple things together, and then going online and having to do a few things online with Octoprint. But we'll see how it works. It may be a gong show, which is kind of what I'm thinking it might be. But it may work out just fine. But being a one-man show, you guys are just going to have to be patient with me. So why is there something flashing on my camera? Oh, no, it's just telling me I got no card in my camera, which is fine. Anyways, I'm going to look over here and see who's on chat right now. I do have the mouse over here, so I can mouse up and down on my screen. We have Travis. Hey, Travis. Jerry, Travis, Shane, Gary. Maker Viking Thomas, how are you? And we have, who else? Come on, scroll up, because I know there's been a few people waiting. We have Dwit 3D, welcome. Oh, that was me making a comment. And let's see, Gary T. We have Jade5WE3D. Non-fam, hello, non-fam. And Radmaster, and I think I got everybody so far who is in here right now. So my missus has gone over to her mom's with Ethan, so I'm alone in the house other than the dog who's in his kennel. So hopefully there's going to be no barking issues. So I want to do a little follow-up on last Sunday's stream. If those of you who were here, you saw that we unboxed and put together this Kywoo Tycoon printer. I'm sort of pleased with this printer so far. I say sort of because there's just a few things that I'm still getting used to with it. I'm still working on perfecting the slicing software for it. But I did run a few prints through the week. I can bring these up closer and show you because this thing will do good. But we did this test print on it last week. It'll focus, just this little ghost keychain, which turned out good. And then when I ended the stream, I started the print of this little birdie. And it's pretty cute. It's called Bird. It was one of their pre-sliced files. And it's a whistle. And I couldn't figure out how to get the whistle to blow because I was, and it's like, do I blow in his eye? I thought that's not much of a whistle. Then I figured it out. If you plug his eye holes, glad it's his eye holes you got to plug. You plug his eye holes and you blow into his tail, you have a little bit of a whistle. Sorry for anybody who's wearing headphones. I should have given you a heads up warning. But yeah, so that's just a cute little bird whistle. So then I proceeded to print their their calibration cube that came on the card. And I was actually quite impressed. Now, keeping in mind, this has a linear rail. It's my first time having a printer with a linear rail, I believe. Yes, it is. No, sorry. My little King Rune has a linear rail, but it's a whole other class on its own. But this is really cool. Now, this is going to be hard to see. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put this under my close-up camera instead. Let's get this close-up camera out here. Let's show you this under the close-up camera. Let me switch the cameras here. So there we go. And it's going to focus in a second here. There it is. So this is just this was the sample filament that came with it. And I just printed this cube. And it's really hard to see the surface on the white filament. But it is a nice print. So what I did is I printed it in blue as well, because it's a lot easier to see this in blue. So there we go. I like this because it is one of the cleanest prints as far as, I think it's called ghosting, when you see almost a little bit of a jagged offset image of itself. But I mean, this is perfectly clean with none of that, what I call ghosting. And I think that is a lot to do with the linear rails. So there we go. Pretty decent print. I'm not complaining at all. We have the bottom layer there. A little bit of an artifact right there, but hey, that's just a little adjustment. And then the very top on the Z, whatever you want to call it. And then I measured these cubes. Also, I could grab the calibers and measure them for you and prove it, but I don't need to. I measured both of these cubes. They were within 0.3 of a millimeter of being 30 millimeters all around. So as far as the accuracy of the size, they're 30 millimeter cubes, and they were excellent. So really, really good. I was quite happy with that. So far that was pretty good. So then those were the pre-sliced files. And then I went ahead and printed. So for what we're doing tonight for the Octoprint, of course, they didn't have a box supplied with the kit they gave. All they had was little electronic pieces. So I went ahead and I sliced in, I set up a mock profile in Prusa Slicer, and I went ahead and printed the box for the Octoprint. Now I had an issue on the top layer, right in the middle there. Okay, and I had a tiny little bit of lifting on the corners, as you can see, but my fault, I didn't clean the bed properly before I started this print, but not bad. And then that top layer on the left-hand side of the screen you're seeing there looks a little rough because that had some supports on it. So I printed this way down, and so I had to put supports under there for that ledge there, and then I had to put some little supports under there for that ledge in there. But otherwise, turned out to be not a bad print at all. Everything inside is perfectly clean. And that is what we're going to be putting all the electronics for the Octoprint in. And then of course, the other parts of the print, I've assembled this because it was a little tedious. The other parts of the print were the little arms that little camera goes on the end here. So without further ado, I'm going to assemble. Basically, if we look over here, let's switch that camera again. That's all the parts right there that are going into this Octoprint kit for the Kywoo. So we have the main board, which has obviously the Wi-Fi, or the Wi-Fi thing built in. I think that's what that is. We have an RJ45 connector, USB connector there, and on this side we have a micro SD card and a USB connector right there. And this came with a fan, a cooling fan for it, with a preset and pre-wired buck converter. They've waxed off that part right there. So yeah. So what I'll do, again, a one-man show, this may be a little difficult for me to maneuver, but I'm going to throw this together. I did read some instructions. Let me show you guys this now. Bear with me here. I'm going to share my screen on this one. Let's see if this works. There we go. And here we go. So I hope you can see this because I have to blank you guys out. But actually, maybe if I do this and if I pull this window up, No. Sorry, that's what I say about a one-man show, because I can't really see what you guys are seeing. You guys are seeing me drag all this stuff all over the place. Okay, which is why I didn't want to have to do this. Okay, so hopefully you're seeing just my screen here now. But basically, there's all the parts that came in with the kit. And then there's the wiring diagram. So very simple. We have a fan that's going to go in coming out of this buck converter. We have the fan, which is going to be plugged into the main board there. And then there's power coming from, this is the main board in the actual printer. And there's a single open plug in the printer that we're going to plug the power into. And then from the main board, we have a connector going to the camera. And then we're going to have a USB interface going from the little Octo board there to the side of the printer. So yeah, let's remove that because that might have been a little confusing. You need to get that document camera. It's always been sold out. Yeah, it's apparently it's been very good. I got it when I saw Chris, today's 3D print, get it, and so I ordered it right away, which I'm glad, because when I ordered it, they had 2 left. I got it, and then I know Tripod got it, and a few other people have gotten it and really like it because it's really good for close-up work. So that fan looks like a life preserver. Yeah, it's it actually lights up pretty good. I plugged it in just to see if the fan was working. I plugged the power to this, and it actually lights up pretty good. So I'm going to just quickly assemble this box. So I'm going to switch to this camera. This might be a better view for you guys. And I'll keep an eye, as I'm building this, I'll keep an eye on the chat. So if anybody has any questions, wants me to stop, show you something different, just give me a shout out in chat there, and we'll do that. So the long day for you, you're tired. Yeah, I've had a long week. It's been crazy. So, okay. So anyways, first thing I'm going to do is put this board in. Now, I checked with on the instructions in this board, the camera goes on these pins. The first 4 pins are the camera, with the red one being to the left. So basically, if I take my camera, which I've just, as I say, I already put my camera on here because it was a little bit finicky. There's the camera wire, and the camera's going to go on here with the first 4 pins, just like that. But I'm going to put that on after I put this in the box, because as I discovered while looking through this that I have to run the camera wire through a slot in the back here. So this guy here took me a second of looking and thinking, how is this going to fit in? Because it doesn't fit. The width isn't right. But I realized that these 2 ports, the USB and the network card, or the network plug, actually stick out through there. So we're going to put this in. Those will stick up through there, and this will just sort of pressure fit inside of here, just like that. So those guys are sticking out here nicely, and this fits in here. And there's 2 little nubby thingamadoobers here. Love my words. And that's where we're going to screw in a couple little screws. So we're going to take these screws, and these just sort of, oh, they go in rather easy, actually. They've made those holes rather big. Okay, I don't want to over tighten because I'm going into plastic. Any problems with audio, let me know. But I think it's going to work fine. And then this second one goes right into this one. And there's only holes at the top to hold this in, and that's because I think the other ones are sticking out of the box enough to hold that other end in. Okay, and this one's a little snugger, but it's going. And there we go. So that holds that main board in there. Okay, next we'll throw the fan in. So the fan goes, as I learned the hard way before, whenever you have a fan, the side with the sticker and the information on the fan is the side where the air is blowing out. So that side is blowing out towards the board. So we want that to go in this way, in that way, so you can read it in there. And so outside is just basically the plain generic fan, and that happens to be where the lights are anyways. So, oh, Now I noticed the fan, there's nothing to hold the fan in. The fan could just actually slide out easily. So, okay, I know what I'm going to do. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to run over here. I'm going to grab my little handy tool here. Here we go. Dun, da, da, da. I am going to use this. Little dab of this will do me. So I'm just going to plug this in and let it warm up. Okay, and we'll keep going here. I don't know if this is a Raspberry Pi. It's too small. I think it's a custom board for these guys. There is a little thing inside there. Here, let's turn the light on this. So there's the board. Oh, come on, focus. Focus. There we are, and that says Pulse something. I think it's a custom board that these guys have made. Oh, it says Orange Pie right there. So it's a different flavor. Orange Pie. I've never heard of that. So, yeah, Orange Pie. So not raspberry, it's orange. Which, funny enough, I like oranges. so I'm just letting the glue gun heat up. We're just going to put a dab of hot glue on there. That'll stop that from falling out, which might have been a slight oversight. I guess they just didn't want to have unsightly holes out there. So, Orange Pie, maybe another manufacturer. Yes. So hopefully it works with the, well, I think they've included all the software. So, and then the buck converter board. These 2 pins that are in here, right here, are going to hold this buck converter on here. And so I think what I'll do, because this is the cord that's going to go to the printer, to the CPU, the motherboard of the printer. So this goes through this port, this little hole there. And then we just secure down the buck converter using these 2 little posts here. So let's get one of these in. These wires are going to be a little tight on this end. So let's go ahead here and line that one hole up. These are just using small M3 screws, M3 by, it looks like about 10, 15 millimeter. I didn't measure them. Okay, there's the one in there. And then the other one is just going to go down right in this corner here. So right here. Sorry, my hand's in the way there. This one's a little snugger again. Might have been because I went in on a bit of an angle. And oh, that one feels a bit stripped, but hey, that's, oh yeah, that board's in there fine. And then we have the power supply for the fan is going to plug in right here on the orange board, Orange Pie. Pretty cool. Okay, let's see if that hot gun is heated up yet. Can I reach that hot gun all the way over here? Oh, shoot. Okay, when you plug a hot gun in, helps if you turn the switch on. Okay, that's going to take a few more minutes. In the meantime, I've got to put the, here, let me switch here. So when you turn a hot gun, when you plug a hot gun in, make sure if it has a switch, you turn it on. Okay, always entertaining. I found a flaw in one of their prints. So for the arms for the camera, you have like a male and a female type end here. So if you look right there, you can kind of see, there we go. So we have the male going into the female, and it's held with a screw. And then on the other end, we have the male going into the little female adapter where the camera hatch is on. And on this end, when you look at the file, when you slice the file, that gap is not there. There is a, that gap is filled in the top, okay? Because what happens is you also print out this little plug. Focus, there we go. This little plug, which goes inside and plugs this hole. Okay. And then what happens is then this screws onto that. Okay. But there's nothing there holding that in. So in the sliced file, when you bring the STL in, that gap does not exist. So I just noticed this yesterday. So this morning I got up and I quickly just like a 3-minute print, and I just printed this little, went into Fusion 360. This took me all of 30 seconds, if that, to whip up. And so I just made my own little adapter plug that I'm putting into here, and that's going to prevent that from squishing. So there we go. The things we have to do. Okay, so I want to make sure this goes on right. So this is going to go on. Oh, here I want to make sure. Top like this, and again, it's a self-tapping screw into this plastic piece. So this could be a little tricky. So I'm going to put the close-up camera on. Let me see. I'm just trying to keep up on chat. Hit that like button, guys, and sub if not. Yes, Jerry, thank you. You're the king of sub reminding. That little board can handle the camera. My Pi 3B struggles at times. I guess that one might run at less than 720p 15. I'm not sure. I haven't read the specs on the board. So I'm going to pop that little plug in through here. Truth be told, I went ahead and I took an M3 screw and I pre-tapped this hole because sometimes it was small and they can be a pain in the butt. So I pre-tapped just this one. Okay, and then we're going to grab, whoops, just dropped it. Okay, and I'm just going to align my little insert. I'm going to start this screw first through here. There we go. So we're just going to get this started through. It doesn't go in. It's very lightly threaded through here. And in through the other side just until I can see that little guy pop out. Oh, it's tight. Oh, that's tight. That's bending. So that's really tight in there. And there we can just see it pop, starting to come out the other side now, finally. Okay, now, why did I wear a sweater tonight? It is hot in here. But it's cold outside. We had a mixture of snow and rain all weekend, and it was only +2 Celsius all day today. So we're going to line up that with this and attempt to hold it, with one hand. It's not the best design, and I could design better, and I may design better down the road, but this is what they gave us to work with. So, and then we'll start screwing that in there. Thank goodness I pre-tapped that little plug, because this is awkward. Because I have to hold that whole plug with my hand from turning. Otherwise, this won't snug down. But yeah, it's a poor design. I would have rather had something with washers and nylon nuts and to let it turn freely. Anyways, come on. Well, at least the glue gun will be heated up by the time I'm finished this. That's still a bit loose. But what you see, what I have to do is I'm trying to prevent this little thing from turning while I tighten this, and there's nothing to grip on this other than my sheer grip. So, okay. Oh, there we go. Is that a little snugger? No. We're getting there. One more quarter turn should do it. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that works. At least I can then adjust the arms that way. There we go. And of course the fan fell out. So let's go check and see. Let's throw that fan back in there, but make sure it's the right way. And hopefully my glue gun is all warmed up by now. So let's check. Glue gun. It's hot. And we have glue coming out. So, here, watch this. This camera I got here, watch. Whoa, look at that. Right in here. And we're going to take a little dab of glue. And we'll just dab, just a dab of glue. Oh, maybe a little more. Just enough like that to hold that fan in place. Okay. There we go. So we can zoom back out because there we go. Let that dry a little bit. Unplug my glue gun, turn it off. Actually, I could solve that problem. Just leave the power on the glue gun, and when I plug it in, it's going to go. Let that glue dry a little bit there before I fiddle around too much more. Let's see who is saying what about me in chat. Cams usually are down to USB bus and CPU more so. Yeah, I don't know what the USB controller they're using, but they could be better or the same as the Raspberry Pi. Yeah, I don't dwell that much into these things. All I know is that that's a fancy looking board with some plugs in it, and it lights up pretty when I put the power on it. So yeah, I had to make sure it worked before I came live, and I had a dead board. So looks like that, yeah, a little bit of glue helped keep that fan in. So now I'm going to run, this is the other little tricky part, I think, is I have to take, we'll go close here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the camera port, the camera plug. Red has got to go that way. So we're going to run the camera plug through this little slot. Okay, and then I've got to get down. How close can I get with this? So right down there, I've got to get down and get the camera plug on those first 4 pins in the back, with the red one being closest to the outside of the box. So let's see if I can do that. Here, I'll switch this other camera. You guys can watch me have fun with this. Here, we'll get a light on here too so you can see what's going on. So we have the camera plug in here, and you can see the pins just down in here. I got to get the first 4 pins, with the red one being towards the bottom here. So let's see if hopefully this will slide in easy. Let's see. Wonder if I should have done this before I put much else in here. Anyways, we'll see what I can do here. So we're going to get that down. Okay, whoops. They're really close to the wall, so I can probably even get the pin down in the bottom and slide that. Is that the first 4 pins? I cannot tell. I think it's right there. And I think I got that. I just want to make sure I didn't miss the first pin, and I don't think I missed the first pin. Look at that. There we are. Nice close up. Look at this camera go. Look at that. Yeah, I think I got the first 4 pins. Good. Good. Okay. So that looks all nice and neat now. That's all the plugging in there is to do here. This I can just tuck away in here. I can just tuck away this little fan power cord here, and there's no bottom on this at all. This just now is going to sit. I'll switch the overhead. So you'll see on the top of this right here, so this whole unit right here is just going to sit right in here. I dry fitted this earlier. Hang on, that's terrible. There we go. I dry fitted this earlier, and it doesn't just pop right in. It's not an easy fit. So it takes a little bit of fiddling. Obviously, they wanted it to be a tight fit. So hopefully, oh, you know what I did? Okay, I gotta. Always entertaining, never boring. When I put my fan in, my little antenna was on the bottom of the fan, so my fan didn't quite drop in far enough. So we're going to plug in our hot glue gun again. We're going to remember to turn the hot glue gun on. Yes, always entertaining, right, guys? And I got to pop this little bit of glue off here. Here, you can get a close-up of this. I'm going to pop that glue off. Hopefully it'll just pop off nice and easy. The nice thing about using the hot glue is it should just, come on. Oh, come on, glue. Should just pop off real easy. There we go. There, now the fan settled down to where it should be. So I'll just let that glue gun heat up again. My bad. Best close-up cam of the whole robot building gang. Came back in just time from starting the 13-hour print. Wow. Although the robot building gang, Tripod's Garage, John, he has the exact same camera. So the exact same camera. It's a great camera. I mean, it's anybody that streams, get one of these. I don't work for the company, but this is great. And I never would have in a million years thought a document camera would be good for this kind of thing. So great little camera. So anyways, we're just going to let that glue gun heat up a little bit more. In the meantime, I can show you guys, speaking of, since he brought up robots while that heat gun's heating, look, these are the arms for the latest droid build that we're doing called the Brew to You. These are the arms for the guy that's going to be driving the brew bus, I guess if you want to call it. I'm working on the base now, but this is the actual seat portion of the robot. So still a bunch of servos and stuff to go in here because the little guy that's driving it's going to sit in here. This goes sort of on the base where the tracks are. This is the can thing, so that's going to open up. There's going to be servos on there. That's going to open up, and then cans will actually pop up. So if we look at the back of this, lift this out, so right at the bottom of this, you can see there's little places where the servos and all the electronics are going to go. So it's pretty cool. This whole piece right here should print in one piece. This whole big blue base should print in one piece if you have a big enough bed. It takes 420 by 420, but this was sliced as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. So this is 7 pieces all glued together. So yeah, pretty cool. On Amazon, that camera, Gary, I believe was about $129 US on Amazon.com. You can still find it on Amazon.com. I'll try and remember to post a link to it later. But apparently they're all sold out. But I think if you just keep checking. So, okay. Heat gun should be good now. Or the hot glue gun. Yeah, it's pretty warm. See if I can get a bead of glue. Oh, look at that. It came out in droves. Okay, we'll let that settle. It was still pretty warm from previous use, so that's all right. Yeah, so my next one, I'm building 2 of these at once, actually, these drink droids. So my next one, I'm getting I have a Mingda D4, which is a 450 by 450 printer on the way. I should have it this week, and I'm going to be printing the next base as one piece. It's a long print. I think it's like 44 hours or something for the whole thing, maybe even more. And that's only with about a 15% infill. So, yeah. Checking AliExpress for this camera. Yeah, maybe. I don't know where this is made. Let's see. Document model. Well, there's the model number if you want to write that down. But there's the information on it. Oops. So we have model K913AF. And it's just called a document camera. So I don't know if that'll help with that model number. But yeah, maybe that'll help with the search for it. I've only ever seen it on Amazon. So okay, the fan is glued in. Little antenna we can just tuck in. Although I don't want that antenna to hit the fan, so maybe I'll just sort of stick that antenna up so it sticks out this hole a bit. And we'll tuck the fan wires just down inside. And then let's go ahead to the top camera, and let's see if I can't get this to go in here like it's supposed to now. I was hoping to have this all done by now, but I wonder if this case has got a little bit of a bend to it. Here we go. Because this is a tight fit. There we go. There. Okay, so that sits in there just nicely like that. And then here we go. Here, I'll just zoom in here for you guys here a bit with this camera. Let's see, but we got to raise it a bit here. Look at this one-man operation. See, I'm a one-man team. There we go. So this just sort of sits in there snug like that. And then the camera. One thing, like the camera's okay, but it's going to give you a down view. I'd like a camera that gets me down closer to the bed. So I will likely end up redesigning this camera arm. So just to, anyways. But this is what it is for now. So this is the way they've designed it. Okay, we'll zoom out again here. Whoops, wrong way. There we go. So this is the way they've designed it to work for now. So, oh, look, you get a better view up of my insulation. So now, inside here, I'll try and show you. I may want to take this spool of filament off. Yeah, I think I will, because I don't know if we'll end up printing on it, but because I'm going to turn the machine over to try and show you inside. Where's my nippers? Nippers right around. Oh, and by the way, this filament, which printed this box, printed very well. This is Matter 3D's blue PLA. You want to run this stuff a little hotter if you're running Matter 3D PLA. 220, 225 degrees with a 70-degree bed. Beautiful filament, though. It printed nicely. No problems at all. That's matter3d.com. Yeah, shameless plug for them. What the heck. I really like their filament. Okay. So I'm gonna, let's see. What's the best way to do this? Let's get this stuff off the bed. Let's move this off to the side. I'll give you the overhead view, and I'm just going to turn this on its side. Yeah, I think this might work. Turn the whole thing on its side. Oh, I didn't want that to be in the way, so I'm going to do a quick MacGyver here, because I want you guys to be able to see this. We'll do a quick temporary thing. This is what Jerry would say to do. Jerry's a smart man. He would say, why don't you take a zip tie and hold that up so it doesn't fall in your way. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. There we go. So all I did was put this on its side. I wanted to keep the head out of my way, so I just put a little zip tie in here so this doesn't fall down. Temporary, just to hold that up. Okay. So now I'm going to try and get you in here to show you where this plug goes with this cool, funky zoom close-up camera. And I want to see if I can also get my hands in there. So if we switch here, turn the light on. Oh, I don't think you need the light. Yeah, maybe. So maybe that's not the best view. Down in here, let's see. And I kind of cheated in a sense as I watched the video for this. And I don't want to take the covers off right away. Now, it's hard to see, but where are we looking here? Down in, yeah, it's hard to get the camera down at that angle. Maybe on the other side here. Here, so I don't make you dizzy. Might be easier on this side to show you guys where this goes. On the main board inside, there we go. It's a little better. There. I don't know how I'm going to get my hands down there, but we're going to figure it out, because the guy from the company on the video, the young Asian man, he fit his hands in there. But right down, yeah, I am now we're going to unplug, because I'm going to stick a metal object down in the board. Right down, right, not that one, but in behind, right there. I'm on top of it. There's an open white plug there. And that's where this is going to draw its power from, is that plug right there. And I believe that's going to shoot 12 volts out of this into the buck converter and convert it. I think it's going down to 5 volts, 5 or 6 volts. So what's happening here? Yeah, I don't know about that camera position either. As I said, that's just the way it came. I'm going to do something and alter that. It's going to need a longer cable for the camera to do. So anyways, meantime, I'm going to attempt to fish my hands down there, and I may end up having to take this apart. We don't know, because that's very tight for even me. So the two little nubbies on this guy, yeah, that's a little bright. Two little nubbies are going to go in towards the wall. Okay, and then let's see if I can do this. I should have lowered that Z-axis to get my hand in there, but I didn't. Okay, so we're going to just, you know what? I'm going to switch this. I don't want to make you guys dizzy. I'm going to move this around, and I'm going to get around this way. This is really tight to get into, because I can't see what I'm doing at the same time as... Anyways, so I told you this was going to be complicated. One-man job, because I can't adjust all the cameras and everything while I'm doing this. Come on. Let's see, reach. Wow, this is going to be hard for me. I got big hands. I could always take the side cover off. I got grease from something all over the place here. Ugh. Must be from, let's see, these jeans got to be washed anyways. Okay. So seriously, though, I don't know how I'm going to get my hands in there. I wonder if I can do that with some needle nose pliers. No, see, there's no way I'm going to get my hands down there. So let's try something different. Okay. Let's take this off before I forget and try to print. Smaller hands than me. Yes, they do, built over bot. Yes. So I think this is just a matter of over here. Let's turn this way. I think this is just a matter of removing some bolts here, so we'll find out. Let's see. Let's move this out of the way. And then I should be able to access this if I remove some of these bolts here. So let's see what we got here. No. One size down. Those were very tight. Let's see. We got to get in this way. My hands are just too bulky. I'm sure I'm not going to be the only one that has this issue, so it's a good learning experience. Although a smarter man might have tried to do it with... Oh man, those are tight. Wow. Those are the right ones to take off too, I'm sure. Okay, that one's loose. This one, I don't want to strip it. Man, did I? Oh man, that's not going to come off easy. No, they didn't strip my Allen wrench. I need to buy some drywall. If I owned the house, I would. Why is that? Huh. Well, I'm going to have to. This bolt is, I believe this bolt is stripped. I can't get a good, no, I'm not going to get that bolt out. Not with this. Lovely. These ones are holding the power supply in. I have to get these out. This bolt is stripped. This one's fine, and the top two came out. Unless Nope, I think that's done. I think I need to tool that out. Wow. Hardly even turned it. Damn. Okay, well, if plan A fails, what am I tightening that one for? Can't even loosen that one. They had these things cranked so tight. And then so I tried to loosen the bottom one, and it just would not budge. All the other ones came off no problem. So I have a strip screw on my hand, so I can't take this cover off. I do have a tool, but it's down at my office downtown. It's specifically made for removing strip bolts and strip stuff like this. You drill it in one way, you put another tool in, and it backs it off. So yeah, and I wonder, there's a tiny little. It's hard to see, and I wonder if this was a manufacturing thing, but can you see it from here? There's a tiny little indent, so you can almost see that indents a little bit. And I wonder if this was impacted or something during shipping or somehow, and then that's caused these things to really tighten up. But there's a tiny little indent there. It's not quite straight across, and you can really see it right there, where the little indent starts. So anyways, not using excuses or anything like that as to why I can't get that bolt out, but I can't get that bolt out, and it is what it is. So it is what it is. So I'm going to have to try. Send it back, yeah. I'll send it back. So I'm going to have to try getting that plug in with patience. I think it's going to take some patience to get that plug in. And this isn't even the software part of it. My goodness. I'm hoping the software part goes a lot easier. So let's see. If I approach it from this angle, you know, the frustrating part is I can see the plug. I'm going to, man, I'm sorry, guys. This isn't going as smooth as I thought it would, but this is not the type of thing that you practice on a dry run, and welcome to live streaming. I'm going to lower this, I'm going to lower the Z-axis here. Give myself a little bit more room to get my hands in here. So hit the tool button, and we'll lower the Z. Why are we not moving? Oh, you won't move because I got to home you. Okay. Okay. Home all. There we go. So I'm just going to lower this in hopes of getting my hand in there a little better and maybe being able to put that plug in that way. But you know what? At least I know now that I have to take care of this bolt here, this strip bolt. So yeah, this is kind of useless. Just not, you can't get down below, because really when you want to do a time lapse or something, you really want it to be down more eye level of the print. So because this isn't going to really allow us to show too much here, but I think I have a printer or two I could print something and make it work. Okay, there we go. Let's just power this off now. Okay, best way to get my hand in here is maybe right here. So let's see. See if I can give you guys the entertainment angle here. Okay. Let's see. This will give me some light as well. Okay. It's really hard for you guys to see, but I got to go way back behind there. Hang on. There you go. You can see the plug there. So I'm going to have to do this by feel. Why I chose to do this live is beyond me. I should have just recorded it where I can edit it, but then you know what? Where's the fun in that? Okay. I can just Oh, look, 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 look. Oh, look. I did it. Lowering that gantry was... Look at that. Done. Dun, da, da, dun. Have a little more faith in myself. There we go. Now, is the wire in the way of anything here? Yeah, I don't like. I'm just going to pull this up snug so that the wire's not interfering with anything. It's a little long. There we go. Whew. Done. Okay, so now if I power this on, it should. There we go. So we have power. We have power to the fan. The fan is spinning. We have power to the power to here, if you want to call it whatever that, the RJ45 plug. So this does have power. It's going. So I plugged it into the right port. There we go. Oops. I moved my mouse and I lost my chat. Hot glue that sucker. Yeah, this cable. What I may end up doing is shortening this or running it a different route. But yeah, we'll see. But for now, it's working. So now's the fun part. So according to the instructions, let's share this screen again. I read this over earlier. So we come down here. This confused the crap out of me. Sorry, I can't see chat right now, but I will pop back to it just because, as I say, I'm a one-man operation. And I can't really do two things at once here. Or can I maybe? No. So this confused the crap out of me here, and I finally realized, and I'm glad I did it in advance because it would have been too frustrating for you guys to watch. I've got the Octoprint software. I had to format a TF card, which turns out is a micro SD card. And I formatted it, and I had to download some mirror file, which expanded and extracted onto the card. So I've done this part. The Octoprint image, writing to the card, which I've done. And so right now I am at this point right here. So, wow, that's a mouthful. So this is where I get lost. So this is where it's going to be difficult to me, as I said, which is the difficulty of being a one-man stream and having my bench over here and my computer's over here. And my SD card is over there. So I'm going to read these instructions, and I may run back and forth, and I'm going to see how my viewership count goes from 15 down to 0 when this gets so boring. Let's just wait and let's just see what happens here. Good. So we're going to switch the screen again. This one now, I'm up to this stage 5. So open advanced IP scanner 2.5385C in the root directory of the Octoprint folder to install the software. So what I'm going to do is, I have nothing on this desktop here. Bear with me. I'm going to go over to my other computer. I'm going to drag that folder over that they're talking about. So bear with me there, guys. So there, we're going to drag that folder. I think you can see this happening in real time. Gotta love it. Okay. I'm going to switch out. Can you guys see this, what I'm doing right now? Because I'm kind of shooting blind here. Let's just see here. Where is... See, this is really, really... There we are. Now I can't... Oh yeah, yeah. Now I've lost the window. Then this is ridiculous. There we are. Can you guys actually see what I'm doing? Yeah. See, I told you somebody left already. Got too frustrated. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and assume you guys can see my screen when I do that. So, we're going to share this screen. I'm going to go back here. And so what they're saying to do, If I can open this folder, why will this folder not open? Okay, this is ridiculous. Okay, let's go. That's because it opened over here. Man, let's drag this over here. So they're saying to run the advanced IP scanner. Let's see what this does. Now, setup language English. We go okay. You know what's happening? This is all popping over to the wrong screen. Okay, that's the frustrating part, is when you're running 3 monitors and you're trying to share one of your screens on a different place than your main desk. Let's accept the agreement. Let's install the advanced IP scanner. Yeah, this is kind of really going to suck as a live stream. I'm sorry, guys. It's the Canadian in me. I can't help it but apologize. And we'll finish it up. You can probably see me running back and forth here because of the other desk over there. So there we go. Now I got to pop back in. Oh, come on. I got to pop back into the other window. This is not easy to do on my own. Well, at least I'm entertaining you guys. So I'm going to pop back into the other window. Right here. So I've opened that. Open the software and set the IP range to 192.168.31, 1 to 254. Okay. How do I set the IP range? Right there. It's already set, 1 to 254. Scan. Okay. I found a couple things. What does it say to do next? Why will that not pop up for me? Okay. Find Kywoo 3D and remember the IP address behind it. Kywoo 3D. Okay. But I didn't find Kywoo 3D, or did I? Hang on. Kywoo 3D. We're still scanning. This is what I'm looking at right here. Man, I'm finding a lot of IP addresses in here. And I do not see Kywoo 3D. Wow. Okay. Well, this is where I get lost, because now it's a matter of troubleshooting networks. So we're assuming this is working right, or hold on. I wonder. Oh, I think I just broke an SD card. Oh, I did. When I leaned the printer on its side, I had an SD card in here, and it's like in half. Oh well. Typical. Why am I not surprised? I wonder if I have to. I think part of the setup process said to connect this to this. Maybe I had to do that. The other thing to note is the USB cable they gave me is not the correct USB cable for this. And the old instructions have the old style USB cable, USB 1, I guess it is, with that type of plug, that old square plug. But yet the printer has a different one. So I found this cable. I'm hoping it's working. I hope it's going to do the same thing. Now, maybe I have to have this plugged in order for the network to be interconnected. So let's see if that makes a difference when I scan again. Okay, yeah, lost another person. That's all right. So let's do that scan again. Let's see if Kywoo 3D comes up. I'm hoping you guys can see this. Yeah, you can. You see the rest of my desktop and that scan window. This is going to be my most boring stream yet, so it is what it is. But I do have a box sitting over there on the end of this bench. And that box, the only hint I'll give you is it's got a 30 in it. A 30. So, okay, we're scanning. I do not see Kywoo 3D. Is this why it's so much fun to set up an Octoprint thing? I don't see Kywoo 3D. Restart the printer in the Pi? Okay, I'll try that. I will try that. So we'll turn the printer off now that I have this all plugged in. So this powers the Pi, the orange Pi. So let that off. Actually, we leave and unplug it like they say when you phone tech support for cable. They say unplug it for 6 seconds and plug it back in. Fire it up again. There we go. Printer fired up. Okay. I'm going to double check the instructions. Make sure I didn't miss anything on the instructions. Let's just see. We opened the scanner. We opened it up. We installed it. Then we opened the software and we set the IP address to that range. 192.168.131 or 31 to 1 to 254. And then we hit scan. So let's have a look. Let's bring this window up. Oh, okay. I didn't change a number here. Hang on. 192.168.31.1. Yeah. 192.168.31. Where's my keyboard? 31. Okay, see, it helps if I read things. Scan. Your Octopi and your Ender 3 is Ethernet connected. You don't bother with Wi-Fi. Yeah, I'm just doing this because this is what came with the kit. And I don't have Ethernet in my Ethernet reachable in my house down in my studio here. So let's just see if this finds a Kywoo connection. You'd think it would find it faster, but I guess because it's wireless. Let's see what's going to happen here. Well, we did manage to get the whole kit built in and running. And it's a very pretty colorful fan running. If that's all we achieve right now, but have faith. No, it didn't find anything on the scan. So let's look at that instruction one more time. I'm positive I didn't miss any steps. Install. I did everything we had to up here. I don't know where they get the 31 IP. It's not finding anything under that 31s, but it's finding lots under the ones. But I am assuming, though, that they just try the one after the restart. Okay, Chris, thanks so much. Let me try one more scan with the 31. Then we'll try the one again, and if I can't find it, then we're just going to have to call it a call it a night because we've been a little over an hour, and I'm going to have to contact Kywoo or do some research and see what's going on. So it's not so plain and simple, obviously. This is not, there we go. It wasn't sitting in there quite right. So it's not actually just cut and dry as I thought it would be. So yeah, I mean, this is hooked up. Now it's possible this cable here, let me, yeah, I didn't find anything on that scan. So it's quite possible this cable I put in here is, frankly, I think it's a charging cable I found for the same size USB, but I don't know if it needs a specific data cable for this, but it's the only one I have. No, maybe I have, here, I have another cable here. Let's try this one. Let's just switch the cables. There we go. We'll do another restart. We'll give it another chance. A mesh network in my house. Legacy Wi-Fi struggles to configure with those. I don't know what a mesh network is. I have a Wi-Fi network through TELUS, my internet service provider who provides my cable, my internet. I'm not sure what you mean by mesh network service. We have high-speed internet. Some micro USBs are for charge only. Okay, well, we'll try this one and see. And that could be the problem. They didn't give me the proper cable with the kit. Because, as I say, the old one had the USB 1 port here, and then this is a different micro USB port. And yeah, the cable they gave me is nothing like that. So it could very well be the cable. Yeah, so let's try it again. Reboot this. We'll give it another try, and you know, I feel like getting frustrated, but I won't, because that never achieves anything. So, I mean, I successfully built it, printed it, put it together. It's operating properly, obviously. I got a fan working. I got lights on here, and I do have... Oh, there's a little light in there on one of the boards, too. So, the power's working on it, obviously. So, multiple routers that work together. I have one router that sends a Wi-Fi signal through my house. That's all I have. I've never struggled with Wi-Fi issues before. So let's try the scan with their 31 number. So let's do that. Bring that up. So we're scanning with their number with the 31 that they suggested. And then I'll try it with a 1 again, because it doesn't appear to be anything coming up on this 31.1. Standard router, then not mesh. Okay, yeah, it's a standard router. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not using the TELUS Boost Wi-Fi boxes. I could never get them to work. So let's change the 31. Let's get rid of that 3. We'll make that a 1, and let's scan again, and it's going to find all sorts of things on my network here. So it's finding everything on my network except the Kywoo. Let's just see. And, I have a lot of stuff showing up on my network. Holy cow. Nest. Also, this just scans for IP addresses that are within range of my, or in my, on my network. Okay. Nothing to do with Kywoo though. So obviously I'm not getting a Wi-Fi signal out of this, out of the printer, or out of the Wi-Fi box here. Wi-Fi is enabled on the printer. I did enable it, so I know the Wi-Fi in the printer itself is working. Yeah, so nothing, no Kywoo, unless it's named something different other than Kywoo. I mean, again, did I uncomment the network section in the config file. I don't know what you mean in the config file. Let's see. Go old school, write them down, turn off the printer, and rescan. That's a good idea too, but I'm curious about this. There we go. There they all are there. Actually, if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I'm showing 19. Well, rather than write them down, waste time, I'll do a screenshot actually. I'll turn this off. I'll do a rescan here and see if there's still 19. But I'm curious what Sansa is saying about uncommenting the network section in the config file. I didn't open a config file at all. So we'll get back to that after I do this scan. And I have to figure out what config file you mean. And it looks like ah, okay. It looks like there's 19 scanning now, even with the machine off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, still 19. Okay. So it's just definitely not showing up on here. It's not hardwired. No, it's Wi-Fi. It's a built-in. It's a Wi-Fi one. It's got a little antenna here, but it's not hardwired. It's got a network connection in it. There is the ability to plug a network plug in here, but I don't have a network cable down here to plug in. That's why the Wi-Fi appealed to me. So now the comment thing. Need to set up wireless SSID and password. Now, is that in the config file? Okay, well, let's... So, config file. Oops, I shouldn't have just done that without... So if I share this streaming window again, let's do this. The config file. Where would that config file have been? Let's minimize this guy. Now, is that config file going to be... I don't want to format the disk. Let me ask you guys this, for those that are more in the knowledge. Now, over here, hang on. I wonder, they never mentioned it. They had me format a micro SD card, and then they had me put an Octo INI file or something on this, but I haven't done anything with this since. We're supposed to have the SD card in the Raspberry Pi for the firmware. Okay, so this has to go in my Orange Pi. Okay. So somewhere on the front here is a slot for for micro SD. Okay, so I put this in the Raspberry Pi. Do I need to restart? Let's just restart it anyways. Okay, see, they don't say that in the instructions. For people like me that are, and I'm not downing myself, I'm just not computer smarts with this stuff. It's new to me. They don't say that in the instructions. So it just hit me that, hey, there was this little SD card. They had me do this magic thing to where I wrote some files to it, but they never mentioned what to do with it. Okay. Okay, well, we've got that in there. So we do the scan again now, I assume then. Okay, well, let's do this. And let's do that scan again. See what happens. See if this makes a difference. Although I'm probably going to have to go back to that 31 number, the 1.31 or the 168.31.1, but we'll see what happens here. Okay. That's what I love about you guys, my viewers, is that you're sticking around, you're helping me, and I appreciate that. I'm new to this, but I'm a quick learn. Once I figure this out, it should stick with me. But yeah, I'll probably have to stick to that 31. It will not show up on your network unless you have entered your network name and password somewhere. Okay, but where? Okay, maybe I need to... But they do mention in the instructions, if I pull up this document again, they don't mention anywhere here. So let me just go back and see show you what I've been reading, okay? Connect the Octoprint accessories as shown in the figure. Okay, there, I missed it there. Insert the TF card on the control board, turn on the 3D printer, the control board indicator light network interface are on, fans. It's okay to wait for 3 minutes. There we go. Then it says to open the advanced IP scanner. And I think after I find that, then it's going to ask me to enter my Wi-Fi info. So okay, let me try one thing. Let me switch this to where they said with the 31. Now that I've got that card in there, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm probably frustrating the crap out of you guys here, but trying to. So I understand what you're saying. There's a config file somewhere. But it doesn't tell me to go in and change a config file anywhere. See, it's not finding anything here again. So I'm going to go back and read the instructions carefully here with you guys. Config file is in the SD card. When I went to read the SD card, when it was plugged into my SD reader, it said it needed to be formatted. I followed these steps right here where it said to, basically what I did here is I went to the imager, the Win32 disk imager. I put the TF card in, I formatted it, I picked it from the drop-down list, and then I picked the Octoprint image file, and then I clicked write, and then it said completed, successfully written, and then I clicked exit. But when I go to read that disk, it says it needs to be formatted, that there's basically nothing on it, and then it has to be formatted. So I'm just going to find here if it talks about a config file. Let's look down here a little bit. No, then it talks about coming in here, but nothing about a config file. So yeah. But I understand where you're coming from there. I see where it needs to know what network it's on. Wow. Okay, so Windows might not read the Linux file system. Yeah, that could be. Ignore the format message. Okay, well, let me go back. Let me see. Let me grab this card out of here. Okay, let me go back and plug it into my SD reader. Okay. So, okay, so here's what I'm seeing. So it says you need to format the drive in E before you can use it. So if I say cancel, and then if I just go and look for my E drive, this PC, E, nothing. I double click it and nothing. It wants me to format it. Open. It won't let me look at anything on that drive without formatting. Properties, use space 0 bytes. So I wonder if the little, I wonder if that didn't work before. So let me just go through what I did. I went in here, I opened the imager. Is that going to go to my other screen again? It probably is. Oh, it just wants me to allow the publisher. This is annoying. Okay. I just want to do this in front of you guys. So we have the device. That's my micro SD card is in E. Okay, and I can't see chat right now. So I went to find the file, and the file it told me to pick. Oh, come on. It keeps switching back and forth to the other monitor on me. Okay. I'll have this set up better next time I do anything software related. So the file it wants me to pick, it's on my desktop. It's in the Octoprint files, Octoprint mirror file, and this one here. Open. Okay. It's here. Then it said write. Writing to a physical device can corrupt the device. Target drive E. Are you sure you want to continue? Yeah. And then it's going to write this file. So let me come back to the window that you guys are in. Dum, 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 dum. So I'll just keep an eye on that. It's going to write that file onto that disk. A step missing in my instructions. Yeah. Yeah, I'm using the flasher. The link, that is a link from your Kywoo page. That's just on the disk that it came with. It said to use the disk. Let's see, where are we at with this? Is this no, it's still writing. Let's see, how can I wonder if I brought this. Let's try something here. This might be a little easier for me to work this way. Well, that's writing. I'm going to try something here, folks. I'm going to stop screen. I'm going to share this other screen. This one. Let's get rid of this window here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there it is, still writing. When it's done flashing, if Windows tells you to format the SD card, don't. Okay, on page 3 of the instructions, it shows to connect to the Wi-Fi on the board to configure it. Okay, let me look at the instruction page again. Page 3 of the instructions. While that's going, I'll have a look. Page 3. 1, 2, page 3. Open Advanced IP Scanner 253850.exe in the root directory of the Octoprint folder to install the software. Install. End user license agreement. Accept. Open the software. Set to IP address to range 192.138.144. Click scan to start searching to find Kywoo and remember the IP address behind. That is page 3, and that's the step where we're stuck. Open Google browser, enter the IP address in the software address bar, enter the Octoprint login page, enter the account number, Kywoo password, and Kywoo. So I can't log into the actual board on the printer until I discover the IP address of that printer. So am I missing something there? Turn on the Wi-Fi on my phone and find the hotspot of the board. Okay. It's assuming a certain IP address and TELUS might not use that range. True. Let's just let this finish here. So to me, the instructions aren't completely clear. If, wow. That's what I was afraid of, that I'd run into an issue like this. And I've heard it's not simple. This instructions, I just got this off the Kywoo download page yesterday. So these were the instructions I got off there yesterday. So I'll try this once more. I'm just going to try this. There we go. Okay, so now if I, somewhere on this screen, on one of these screens, it says, it keeps switching screens on me. So this looks like it's done. Why can't I touch that? This one, let's move this out of the way. Oh man, on one of these screens. See, this is, I've got too many screens going here at once, but I couldn't figure out a way around it. Let me minimize this. So it says write successful. So if I click OK, the write was successful. Okay, if I click OK, then I go back to here and I go exit. So I've written the card. Okay, I'll bring this back onto this screen that I'm on now. Okay. So it's done writing. Try to open the SD card after it's done writing. Okay. Let's go back to this page. Let's go over here. Let's go this PC. And we will go to the, and I'll go to E, which is the card. And it still says you need to format the disk and drive E before you can use it. Cancel. So it's not nothing. Jeez. Look what it shows you in the File Explorer, nothing. So if I go back to here, okay, I'll make you guys full screen here, see if I can do this. And if I bring this over, okay, and it's disk E. If I click on disk E, it gets me the message you need to format the disk and drive E before you can use it. I don't want to format the disk because I just wrote to that disk. So the date code in the file, 2021-03-04. So you're saying in the file, let's see. Oh man. Okay, let me check the date on that file. The file that it did, which is the Octoprint one, was 2021-05-03. 2021-05-03. And yours says 03-04, so mine's March 4th and mine's May 3rd. Format it. Remove the SD card and reinsert it. Needs formatting first. Do not format. I think they forgot to remove the old one. They have two listed. Yeah, mine seems to be newer. Okay, so if I remove the SD card, I'll remove the SD card and I'll reinsert it. Okay. And as soon as I reinsert the SD card, it says you need to format the disk and drive E before you can use it. So if I format it, and I'm just going to format it. Now, here we go. Format. You guys can answer this question for me. Can I share this screen? Let's see. Which screen? You guys have that one. Oh, boy. Too many screens going on here. So it says Capacity, file system FAT32, allocation size units, 4096. Could that be it? Could it be, do I have to format it as a different format? Like my allocation size unit says 4096, 2048, 8192. Is there a particular? Okay. I think I just need to format and rewrite the files. Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll format it as what, a 4096? Okay. Okay. 4096 is standard. Sounds good. Okay, so I'm going to go here. We'll format the disk, 4096, and we will start. We'll get the format going. Yeah, it's going to lose all my data, I know. Format complete. Yeah, maybe it's only Linux compatible. We'll see. So the disk is formatted. We'll close it. Okay, now we have removable disk E. Nothing in it. It's a blank disk. Okay. Now we'll go back. And we'll try that again. Okay, we're going to go to the Windows Imager. I've got to get this set up different for the next stream because I am running back and forth like a madman. Okay, image file. We'll find the image file. This is, if you guys were here, this is comical. Image file is going to be on my desktop. It's going to be Octoprint files, Octoprint mirror file, Octoprint. And we will write. Okay, we're writing the file again. This is getting to be too long a process. It's craziness there. So we're writing the file again. We'll just see what happens. This is my exercise. Yes, I know. Hang in there. I'm trying to hang in there. You know, I get frustrated very easy. But this is just something. I'm a Mac person, number one. This is a Windows thing. Octoprint is new to me. So I'm doing my best just to stay patient here. I've got more people have joined now since people dropped off. But yeah, this takes a little bit of patience. Little bit of patience. So, but I figure they gave it to me for free. Why not try and get it running? I think I need a drink. Not that kind of drink yet. That'll be for after the stream. So we'll let that write, and we'll see what happens. Happy Mother's Day, Maria. You're missing an exciting stream. Well, I don't know. You might be watching me run back and forth, back and forth. These guys are great, though. They're trying to help me out here. Thank you, honey. The official Octoprint guide is much more clear. Yeah, but like, I'm a guy that gets this thing off Kickstarter. It comes with the Octoprint upgrade because it's a stretch goal. I don't have a community like you guys to help me out. I'm hooped. I am screwed. I wouldn't be able to do this on my own. There's no way. Yeah, but see, this is a orange pie instead of a raspberry pie. Is that going to make a difference, or is this a proprietary thing with Kywoo? So it looks like it's still writing that image. It seems to be taking a little longer to write that image this time, so maybe something's working. think they're missing something in the instructions. Yeah. Yours shows configuration of the Wi-Fi on page 3. Yeah, mine's a little different. I just downloaded it yesterday. So they've either changed something or... Now, have you got yours working, Gary? Like, is yours actually running? Or have you set it up yet? Yeah, these instructions are terrible. I mean, this shouldn't be this difficult, but that is taking a little longer to write this time. So maybe the card was formatted incorrectly last time. I don't know. We'll see. You have a regular Raspberry Pi. Okay. I have Orange Pi. I prefer Cherry Pie, but I don't know if they have one of them yet. So, yep. Maybe format as part of the reimage. Yeah, possibly. Well, we'll see what happens. Okay, it looks like it finished. So let's get this a little bit bigger, a little bigger. One of these windows, it's going to say write successful. So if I bring that back over here, I'll just show you guys. Let's bring the screen back up. See now if it says, yeah, so right there, write successful. So we'll click OK. Free pie is the best pie. Absolutely. I like any pie. Okay, exit. Now I'm just going to, again, I don't expect to find anything on that disk. If I, boom, click the disk, see, it still wants me to format it again. But let's close this. Let's grab it and put it in here again. I'm sure it's a decent disk. It's a SanDisk, 128 gig. I wonder if the disk is too big. I don't know. It doesn't say anything about what size disk to use. So let's throw it in here. It's in there. I'll even restart this to refresh the Orange Pi. Warm apple pie with ice cream is great. Let's reboot this guy. Give it a chance to boot up. Could be this cable. I don't know. This cable is obviously, I don't know. No, this cable shouldn't be affecting reading the board in here. I don't think. Okay, so we're on this. Let's go back to this part. We will go back over here. Oops, no, let's bring this over to the other window so we can all see. I'm actually scary because I'm getting used to switching these windows over. Except it's hard for me to see. It's so small when I look at it on the second monitor. And that doesn't help. Octoprint files. Advanced IP scanner. I don't want to install it. I've already installed the advanced IP scanner. It is right here. I don't need to install it. I have it right here. Scan it at the address that they say, the 31.1.254. Do I have a cell phone? After 2 minutes or so, check to see if there's a Wi-Fi access point called My Access Point. Okay, I'll check it. Here's my phone. While we're letting that scan, here, let me check on my phone. Wi-Fi. My Access Point. I have a IP. I have one called My Access Point. Yes. I do have one, Gary, called My Access Point. How did you know? Are you in the room? How did you know? Meanwhile, let's check this scanning progress. Of course, nothing. So let's go ahead and change that to a 1. Just to see. Okay. Let's scan that again while I see what Gary's going to say here. Pay no attention to the man in the closet. Ha! Stop using SanDisk. Okay, I wonder, I could try a new, yeah. Yeah, again, it's not going to show up here. I'm pretty sure I'm just beating a dead horse by doing this. So my access point, password 1234567 8. Okay, so let me go on here. Join this network. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Join. Okay, I'm on that network. You're starting to scare me, Gary. I'll just double check this, and yeah, it didn't find anything to do with Kywoo. So let's come back here. I like where Gary's going here. Need a phone a friend lifeline. So Gary, I'm on the My Access Point network. So what's that telling me? It says my access point does not appear to be connected to the internet. Do you want to temporarily use cellular data? Overseas scammer. Never thought of that. So do I want to use Wi-Fi? So this is, look, there's what I got. Yeah. So there's no information on there that. So you have me now. So, Mr. Overseas Scammer Gary, do I want to use cellular data or keep trying Wi-Fi? It is connected directly to the Orange Pi. Okay. So, what's this going to tell me? That the Orange Pi is working. I wonder if I have a bad, maybe I have to try a different micro SD card. Yeah, okay, so I said just Wi-Fi. And now, what am I doing from here? Info on my access point. I have a Wi-Fi address, an AE77IC42. Configure IP address is 10.0.0.2. Configure DNS. I don't know what to do from here, but yeah, my access point is there. So I guess the question is, if I turn this off, does my access point disappear? Just curious. Let's turn this off. Open the web browser on the phone. Okay, hang on a second. And it did. It disappeared. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna listen to Gary T. Gary knows what he's doing here, obviously, because he's overseas scammer hacking into my phone and into my printer. So maybe he's gonna print something dirty on my printer once he gets access to my printer through my phone. So go to the instruction for instruction of Octoprint Kit for PCV. I got it. Yeah, I'm getting long in the tooth here because my stream, I was only supposed to go an hour and a half at the most. But I want to try this one thing here. I'm going to go here. Once this boots up, I'm going to get back onto this network called My Access Point. Got to give it a second here. And then we're going to go to the browser. Radmaster, go to the instruction. Okay, and you know what? I may have to do that offline. So obviously, because I've got I'm getting a thing called My Access Point. It is reading. So obviously this is putting out a Wi-Fi signal if I was able to pick it up on my phone. Okay. That's good. My access point, I can join it again. Okay, so I'm connected to my access point. Open a browser on my phone. And it says it cannot connect to the internet, obviously, because so now I've got my Wi-Fi access point on my phone. I've got a browser open, and it's obviously not able to connect to the internet. Now, is there a specific web address I can go to on here now? Let's see. If I open a new window, it is just blank. Do I go like Kywoo? There are too many different instructions on their site. It's confusing. So the board is booted. I'm on my access point. I'm on a web browser. I'm waiting for my overseas scammer to tell me the next step. If that is your real name, Gary. You haven't asked me for my credit card number yet, or a gift card number code. So I'm pretty confident so far that you're legitimate. I know there's a bit of a lag here too. So Kywoo, go. Obviously, it's not going to find anything on the browser. I think anybody who's hanging around right now on this stream is here just for the entertainment value. But no, that's good. I mean, I've discovered this is hooked up. It's working. I don't know if this plug is doing what it's supposed to do because it may not be the right plug, because it may just be a charging plug versus a data cable. We know this is giving off a Wi-Fi signal, obviously, thanks to Gary telling me to look for the network called my access point. We know that is this one because when I turn this off, that network falls away. But I just don't know what to do from here. So I think what I need to do is go back and take the suggestions of some of you guys and maybe go with the actual Octoprint software, even though everything I read on the Octoprint site talked about Raspberry Pi boards. This guy has an Orange Pi board in it. It's called Orange Pi, which is obviously a proprietary board. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know necessarily if that's what the issue is, but I won't give up on it because I think I like the idea of being able to do this. To be honest, I want to try a time lapse with Octoprint. So none of your chats are coming through. That just came through. Maybe I need to make, let's just see. The Pi needs credentials to connect to your Wi-Fi network. There should be a file on the SD card with your network address and password. The only other way is through the admin account of your router. I'm seeing you now, Gary. I was wondering, I thought maybe you were talking to your other overseas scammer colleagues trying to see what to do next, because I probably will refuse to give out any gift card codes. So, but yeah, I'm on my access point on my phone. So I've got a Wi-Fi connection to my access point. I have a browser window open, and I'm awaiting further instructions. But I think I've made some progress. I mean, the fact that that it can read this, I want to work on it. I want to get the Wi-Fi one working. I don't want to have to run a network cable down here. So let's see. Are you having trouble again there, Gary? I can actually we'll give you a hammer here, or a wrench or whatever, just to see if that makes a difference in your chats coming through. We'll make you a temporary overseas scammer moderator. So if anybody says anything you don't like, so use that address. Okay, so if I go 10.0.0.1, .0.0.1:8001, ISO 8001. Go. Octoprint setting page. Look, I mean, this scammer is good. This scammer is incredible. So start. Oh, and this is where I put my internet control of Kywoo 3D printer. Okay, now this is worth pulling a chair over and having a seat here when I was just about to quit the stream and say, bleep, 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 bleep. No, I wouldn't have done that. You're getting better at getting people's information. No kidding. So if I select the network, so I've got to select, this is where I'm going to put my home network in. Is that what you're saying? So is this where I'm going to actually connect to my home network, which will connect this to my home network? Wow. I think I have WPA, WPA2 security. No, or is it just WPA, WEP? I don't know what kind of security I have, but we'll try. But I've got to look up my password because I do not know my own internet password. I don't have to access it that often. So I will look it up and I will blurb it out, but I'm not going to splurb it out loud. Okay. Okay. Turn away from the stream when looking at it. Safari could not open the page. Okay, so I've obviously got security key and profile priority between 0 and 15. 15 is the highest. Oh, I don't know. Let's give it 15. I don't know what that's all about. Profile priority. Never seen that come up on a password before. Do not share password with remaining audience. No password being shared. My phone's this way. How do you know my high school nickname? Theory T. Oh, you guys are funny. Okay, let's see what's happening. Well, we made some progress here. This is great. I'm learning a whole lot here. So it's taking its time. So I've got my internet address here. I've got my security type as WPA, WPA2. Put my password in, and the only thing I wasn't sure, it said profile priority key. And I used 15 because this 15 is the highest. Now I'm just waiting. Waiting. Turned into a 2-hour stream. So the first part was so easy to get this thing going. Wow. It's always the software. But I have an idea. This is now it's just waiting. Nothing's happening. Multiple Wi-Fi setup, then it will pick up on what the higher priority. Yeah, and I just put it 15 to the highest but it's not doing anything. It's just sort of sitting here now. Let me refresh. Let me do this. Let me change, I don't know, let's change that priority to a 10. I do have the right I'm sure it's WPA, WPA2 for my security. Click add. It's scanning my HD for banking info. Okay. Okay. That's why it's taken so long. I'm laughing, but you guys are probably there going, what a sucker. No. I'm naive sometimes, but I'm not that naive. Okay, well, we're going to let this try again. We may continue this next Sunday, as exciting as that might be. No. I could try the IP scanner again. Okay. Let's leave the phone there out of sight so you guys can't see. Let's try that IP scanner again. No, should I use it with the 1.1 or the 31 that they suggest? I'll go to the 31 they suggest because it's obviously that's their internal IP address on this thing. So let's put it with a 31. Let's scan it again. Now, if this ever comes up saying Kywoo 3D discovered or whatever, I will do a happy dance right here, right now, live in front of everybody. And then I'll try the 1.1 if it doesn't show up under 31.1. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Okay, nothing there. So let's take that 31 down to 1. And we'll scan again and probably just get the usual stuff. Yeah, my phone now says Safari could not open the page because the server stopped responding. Okay. Anything about Kywoo here? No Kywoos. Okay. And it's done scanning. The interesting thing is there's 20. Okay, the interesting thing is there's 20 before. There was only 19 before. Now there's 20. But none of them say there is 20. There's an extra one here somewhere. I don't think that one at the bottom. Here, hang on. Sure. Now I clicked the wrong button here. This one here, I don't think was there before. I could turn off my printer and see if that disappears when I scan again, but I believe there was only 19 last time. Yeah, let me do a screenshot. I got to go over to the other computer to do that. No, I don't. I need my keyboard. Oh, gosh. Now, what's the command on Windows for a screenshot again? On Mac, it's Command F, Command Shift 4. On Windows, I believe it's Windows Shift S. It is Windows Shift S. Okay, I got a screenshot. And we're going to save that to the desktop. I believe that Action Tech Electronics is a new one. Action Tech Electronics. Okay, let's close that screenshot. Let's take a picture with myself. Yeah, that's, you know what, that's even smarter. Gosh, like, have this technology in my hand. Let's do that. That way I don't have to search a screenshot or anything. Okay, now we're going to turn the Kywoo off. We're going to do that scan again. Okay, let's rescan. Let's see what doesn't show up. I'm pretty sure there was only 19 last time, guys. Let's see what's not going to show up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And I do not see Action Tech Electronics Inc. showing up. Action Tech Electronics may just be. Oh no, it's on the top there now. Darn. Okay, how many are here now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, come on. Okay, well, yeah, dang. Okay, we're down to 20. Something popped in from somewhere. This is off. So it needs power to be recognized, I guess. Well, I think this is kind of we've hit a roadblock here. I don't want to drag this on. I don't want to beat a dead horse here. Wow. It's okay. It's all part of growing. Good news is, I'm just going to let that keep scanning. Action Tech is going to show up at the top here. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there it is there. Okay, so we have 20 showing up here. $20 alive, 17 alive, and 3 dead. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, there's 20 there. So, okay, well, you know, we tried. We know it's putting out a Wi-Fi signal because the phone is picking it up. So there's progress. I just have to figure out, turn on the printer and see if the new info was loaded. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. I see. Turn on the printer, give it one more scan. Okay. Let's do that. And then I don't want to drag this out too much longer. It's a work night for me. Predict you'll do a lot of reading soon. You think so? You think so? How badly do I want Octoprint on this? I want it. I want to learn how to do it because I want to be able to put it on something else. And, you know, what the heck? If I can build a droid that works and has pretty lights and everything, who knows? Give it a minute or two to start up. I will. Okay, we'll let this start up a bit. There we go. How close can I get with this? Pretty scary. Autofocus on that thing is amazing. You're curious if 192.168.1.80 shows alive as this time. Okay, well, okay. I think let's do the scan now. Let's go here. Let's come on over here and let's scan it. 192.168.1.80. I can't make that any bigger. In the bottom left, it showed tree. Oh, I didn't even see that on the bottom, alive and dead hosts. Okay. Right there. I see. Okay. What's all that mean? Da, 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 da. Oh, there we go. 19 alive, 0 dead. And we have a bunch of unknowns. So am I killing people here? So your 80 did show up. Your 192.168.1.80 did show up. And the electronics showed up. Huh. Yeah, that looks like about it. Yeah, we're sort of right at square one here. Although I swear there was only 19 last time, but now even with the Kywoo off, there's 20. So, yeah. Well, this has dragged on a bit too long. 254 is probably my main router. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, it sounds that way anyways. Main router into the house. Yeah. Well, I'm going to do a bit more reading, guys. What can I say? You guys have been a great help, really. Gary taught me about the access point, whatever it was called, network on here, which tells me that, yeah, this is putting out a signal. So obviously, I've got to do a bit more homework. I've got to check with Kywoo's instructions and see if perhaps I missed something or if there's newer instructions on there. I'll check the community, the Kywoo Facebook page. A lot of people on there that I'm sure have gone through this or are going through this. 80 is showing alive now. Well, I guess I could, if I go to an IP address on my computer, let's see if I do 192.168.1.80. Let me type that on my computer here. Let me grab my keyboard here. Let's see if I can bring up that IP address and what it shows if I can type it on my computer. And it is showing as Octoprint login. And I was just about to quit this stream. So 192.168.1.80 says Octoprint login. It brings me to a screen. Hang on, see if I can show you guys this. Can I bring this over this way? Oh, which screen are you guys seeing? Oh, you're on this screen. Hang on a sec. What did I just do? Ah. Gary. Let's put this back here. I'm getting my exercise running back and forth. Oh, okay. I don't even know what you guys are seeing right now. You can see the login screen. Probably not now, because I think I just messed it up. Hang on a sec. If I bring this tab into this window, so you can see the login screen. Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. There we go. Now you should be able to see the login screen. Now I think this is where I put in login screen, Kywoo 3D, and the password is Kywoo 3D. Let's try that. Let's see what happens. Something's happening. Whoa. Okay, did you guys see that? Tell me somebody saw that. Holy shit. Sorry. Did this work? Did this work? New plugins, blah, blah, blah. Let's do this later. I'm just too excited. Update available. There are updates available for following components. I'll do this later. I just want to see if this works. Connect. I don't know what to do now. I think this worked. Oh, everybody, Gary T especially, thank you, everybody. But let's just see if you guys are seeing this screen now. How do I see my camera? Time lapse. Control. There's my camera. Oops. There's my camera. Look at that. Oh, look at that, focuses so well. Are you guys seeing this? Can you focus this stupid thing? Oh, you can. Oh, look at that. Hold on. Hey, look. Hi. Woo, woo, woo. There's a bit of a lag there. You guys seeing this? You're looking at me. Oh. Okay, here we go. Look. Look. Street webcam. Okay, there's a lag there. There's my hand. Come on, there's my hand. And there's my face. Did that even work? I don't know. There seems to be a bit of a lag there. Wow. So, oh, there's my face. Okay. Okay. I get excited real easy. Sorry, this is great. Hit connect. Oh, hang on. Okay, hit connect. Okay, let's go back to here. Connect. Connect, and then so I can move my Z with this or something? No? Serial port auto. Print, pause. Temperature. So I could actually set my temperature from here. Okay, I have to play with this. Control. There's my camera. Wow. Connect. Connect. It's not staying connected, but I don't care. I'll worry about that later. Okay. 2.5 hours, two and a quarter hours, but we got it. Auto, not error. Not connected, change baud. Okay. Change baud rate to auto. Okay, let's try that while you guys are on here. I'll make sure that works. Baud rate, auto. Connect. No. Serial port auto. Printer profile, baud rate. What, maybe 119.2. Connect. No, auto. Keeps disconnecting. I'll figure it out. That's not good? Okay. 115.2. 115.2. Okay, let's give that a quick shot. 115.2. It goes to 115.2. Auto connect on server startup. Camera works. Okay, well, we'll figure this out. At least we know it works. So maybe Yeah. Anyways, it's getting too late. I'll continue this, and I'll let you guys know how it's going. Maybe I'll do a midweek stream or something, and I'll get it. But this is phenomenal. The fact that I actually have it on screen, that the camera works. I was ready to throw the towel in many times tonight, as you guys saw. So, PyCon is printer plugged in. It could be this cable. This is a charging cable. I don't think this is a proper data cable. I think I need to get a proper data cable. They just didn't give me the right cable. So it's the plugs fit, but all I could find was a charging cable. Now maybe, let me just quickly try this one. Let me just quickly try this one and see if this makes a difference. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Are you guys seeing this? Did I share the screen? Yes. It was the cable. It was the cable. Yep. I'm able to, oops. I'm able to home. Look. 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 I just hit home on Octoprint and it's homing my printer. It was the cable. There we go. Victory. And it's homing. It homed. That was it. It was the cable. It was a matter of patience. And it was you guys. It was all you. Gary T, thank you. I know you guys all threw the ideas. Gary, you patiently walked me through it. I appreciate all your help. Everybody, your ideas were great. Now I'm just going to do a bit more reading and learn how this all works. I'm going to try some time lapse. I'm going to make a better mount. I don't like this. There's a lot of lag in the camera, but that could just be the that it's Wi-Fi. I consider this a victory. It took me a lot longer than I wanted it to, but it worked. Don't knock it off the table. No, I won't. Anyways, with that said, never let the machines win. I like that. I like that. So listen, everybody that's hung in so far, Pi being underpowered. Okay, we'll investigate all that afterwards, but it's time for me to call this a night. But thank you so much, everybody that hung in with me, and thank you all for your help and advice. I learned tons tonight, and hopefully one day I get versed in this, that I can help others just the way you guys have helped me. So I thank you all very much. It is a little later than I wanted it to be, but hey, that's okay. We ended up getting what we started out to do. We ended up getting done thanks to you guys and thanks to your patience. And I want to thank everybody that's hung in this far with me. Much appreciated. And hopefully somebody watches this and maybe gets a little bit of something out of it. So the instructions weren't super clear. The fact that, going in and putting the information in, there was no confirmation, but it did work. When I was about to give up, you guys said, no, move on, try this. The only thing that I think I maybe figured out at the end was switching this cable. So, woohoo. But hey, what the heck? It works. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate everybody that watched. Stay tuned next week. We got some exciting stuff coming up. I don't know about next week, but we have a box over there with the number 30 on it. That's all I'll say about it. That's going to be coming up eventually, and hopefully some more builds in the future and some more fixes. And maybe next week I'll put the power thing, the other little upgrade on this on, and between now and then I'll get a better camera and I'll try a time lapse or something. So until then, I want to wish everybody a wonderful week. Thank you so much for hanging in with me again. Thank you so much for all your help. Yeah, let me just see last minute chats here. Yes, everybody, teamwork wins. I agree. Never surrender. And I love the fact never let the machines win. That was priceless. So everybody have a wonderful week. I love you all. Thank you very much for liking, subscribing, and sticking with me. And I hope I didn't bore you too much, but you guys, it ended up being exciting for me. I really have a warm feeling in my heart. This is such a victory for me. And it's all because of you guys. But thank you very much, everybody. Have a great week. We will see you next week for sure, right here. Same time, same channel. same studio. Take care, everybody. God bless. Bye-bye.